What's going on, guys? FadeitLuie here, bringing you guys a brand new video. We're gonna be doing a mid-fade comb over on my boy, so stay tuned. We're starting off by saturating the hair and combing everything in place, making sure everything's nice and neat. Now that we're done combing everything in place, we can move on to our Oster Octanes and create our first guideline. Now that we're done balding him out with our 5/0 blade, we can move on to our no guard all the way open and create our second guideline. We're also going to use the lever midway and all the way close to help us erase that initial guideline we created. Now that we're done erasing our initial guideline, we can move on to our one guard all the way open and create our third guideline. We're then going to use the lever midway and all the way close to help soften up this line and get ready for the half guard. I hope you guys are enjoying the video. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. It's greatly appreciated. Also, be sure to check out my live streams. Now that the line is soft enough, we can move on to our half guard and erase the line completely. This is going to help us connect the one guard all the way open to the no guard all the way open. Now that we're done with our lower guards, we can move on to our 2 guard all the way open and create our fourth guideline. Remember to flick out when you're near the silhouette area. We're also going to use the lever midway and all the way close to help soften up this line and get ready for the 1.5 guard. Now that we're done softening up the line, we can move on to the 1.5 guard and erase it completely. This guard is going to help us connect the 1 guard all the way open to the 2 guard all the way open. Sometimes there's still a faint line, so switching over to your one guard all the way open would definitely help. Moving on to our 3 guard all the way open, we're going to flick out as much as possible near the ridge area and create the silhouette. Make sure to stretch the skin with your opposite hand to give you more room to blend and detail as much as possible. Using our clipper over comb method, we're going to pick up the hair with the comb and cut it with our horizontal and vertical blends. Moving on to our goat FX, we're going to go ahead and shave off the beard. He needs to make it as babyface as possible for his police academy. Moving on to the back area, we're going to start off with our no guard all the way open and create our second guideline. Remember, we're going to use the lever midway and all the way close to help us erase that initial guideline we created with our 5/0 blade from our octanes. We are near the occipital bone area, so you want to make sure you detail as much as possible here. Since we're done removing the guideline we created with our octanes, we can move on to our 1 guard all the way open and create our third guideline. Remember, we're going to use the lever midway and all the way close to help soften up this line and get ready for the half guard. Moving on to the half guard, we're going to go ahead and try to erase this line completely without going back to our no guard all the way open. Moving on to our 2 guard all the way open, we're going to flick out as much as possible near the calic area and make sure not to go too high. We're detailing as much as possible with our previous guards and no guard all the way open. Moving on to our 1.5 guard, we're going to go ahead and connect the 2 guard all the way open to the 1 guard all the way open. Moving on to our clipper over comb method, we're going to make sure the hair is nice and saturated so it's easier to pick up with the comb. Moving on to the front line, we're going to go ahead and pin it up with our metal clips so it separates the edges from the top hair so it's easier not to cut. Using our Anesthy outliners, we're going to go ahead and start off at the middle and work our way to the sides. We're going to go as slow as possible, making sure the hair feeds into the teeth of the trimmer. Heading over to the C-cups, we're going to start off at the bottom and work our way to the top arch using the corners of the blade. Make sure not to press too hard here because you could irritate him with the teeth of the trimmer. Moving on to our babyless shavers, we're going to go ahead and use them to remove the stubble, making it as close as possible. We're going to knot the mustache down to a 1 guard all the way open and line up the bottom of the lip. When lining up the bottom of the lip, you want to make sure you're as gentle as possible because you could bite them with the teeth of the trimmer. Before we use the blade, we're going to go ahead and use a hot towel shave to make everything glide better. Moving on to our Turkish razor and Derby premium blades, we're going to make them as crispy as possible. You always want to make sure you stretch the skin with your opposite hand as much as possible, and also keep the blade at a 45-degree angle. This will lower the likelihood of you cutting someone. What's going on, guys? FadeitLuie here, bringing you guys a brand new video. We're gonna be doing a mid fade on my boy, so stay tuned. Since he has curly hair, we started off by saturating the hair and combing everything in place, making sure everything's nice and neat. And then we're gonna move on to our gold FX and create our first guideline. It's always best to contour the guideline to their head shape so that the fade can flow better and be more unique. Now that we're done balding them out, we're gonna move on to our no guard all the way open and create our second guideline. You wanna make this guideline around 1 inch thick so you can spread the blend. Also, we're gonna then use the lever midway and all the way close and attack that initial guideline we created with our gold FX. Now that we're done erasing our initial guideline, we can move on to our 1 guard all the way open and create our second guideline. We're going to use this same guard and its lever to soften up this line and then get ready for the half guard. Now that we're done softening up the line with the 1 guard and its lever, we can then move on to our half guard and erase the line completely. This is going to officially connect the 1 guard all the way open to the no guard all the way open. I hope you guys are enjoying the video. Please leave a like, a comment, and subscribe. It's greatly appreciated. Also, if you guys want to show some extra support, go ahead and leave a follow down below on Instagram, or go ahead and subscribe to the membership down below. With this membership, you're going to gain access to private lives and private videos and one-on-one class sessions. As you guys can see, we're moving on to our 2 guard all the way open and we're going to create our 4th guideline. This is going to help us get ready for our 1.5 guard and blend between the 1 guard all the way open to the 2 guard all the way open. Now that we're done with our 2 guard and our 1.5 guard, we're going to move on to our 3 guard all the way open and flick out as much as possible. Moving on to our clipper over comb method, we're going to make sure the silhouette is nice and neat and boxy. Also making sure there's no flyaway hairs, no hairs poking out through the side, and everything's nice and flush to the even fade. Using your horizontal cuts to debulk and your vertical cuts to blend is very crucial when using clipper over comb. It's also critical to make sure that the hair is nice and damp when using clipper over comb so you can pick it up nice and easy. Now that we're done with our clipper over comb method, we're going to go back to our lower guards and detail as much as possible, especially with our no guard all the way open. Moving on to the back of the fade, we're going to use our no guard all the way open and create our second guideline. We're then going to slightly close the lever midway and all the way close and attack that initial guideline at the bottom. Now that we're done erasing our initial guideline, we can move on to our one guard all the way open and create our third guideline. We are right on top of the occipital bone here, so you want to make sure you spend more time here and detail as much as possible. Now that we're done softening up the line with our one guard and its lever, we can move on to our half guard and erase the line completely. This is going to help us blend between our no guard all the way open and our one guard all the way open. Now that we're done with our lower guards, we can move on to our two guard all the way open and create our fourth guideline. This guideline is going to help us blend in with our 1.5 guard. As you guys can see, now that the guideline is soft enough, we can move on to our 1.5 guard and erase the line completely. Using our clipper oval comb method and our horizontal and vertical cuts, we're going to debulk and blend the hair in the back, connecting it to our fade on the bottom. You want to make sure to be careful because you could make an indentation with your clipper oval comb method, so you want to make sure your silhouette is nice and full. Now that we're done saturating the hair, we can move on to our shears. And we're going to go ahead and grab the hair with our comb, holding it with our fingers, and cutting it with our shears. So we feed the hair into our fingers with our comb, and then cut it with our shears. You also want to make the hair that you grab is even with the hair that you grabbed previously. Each part should be equal and also cut at a certain angle, whichever angle is needed depending on where you're cutting on the head. If you're cutting near the occipital bone or you're cutting near the silhouette area on the edges, you have to cut at a certain angle, blending the hair into the hair on the other side. Again, you're combing the hair into your fingers, you're holding it tight, and you're cutting it with your shears. Now that we're done with our shear work on top, we can move on to the front line and comb all of his hairs down, facing the direction that they grow. Now that the hairs are laid down, we can move on to our one guard all the way open and go with the grain, debulking them. Since we're done debulking the hair, we can move on to our hairspray and make sure that all the hairs are stiff and that they don't shift when using our Goat FX. Moving on to our Goat FX, we're going to start off at the middle and work our way to the sides, going as slow as possible, making sure that the hair feeds into the teeth of the trimmer. Usually if you don't go slow enough, the hair's going to shift and then you won't line them up properly. When you're lining up C-cups, you always want to start off at the bottom and work your way to the top arch using the corners of the blade. You also want to make sure you're not pressing too hard because you could bite them with the teeth of the trimmer, especially if you're using Goat FX. So after we were done finishing the other side, we then moved on to our Go to FX. And we're repeating the same process, making sure everything's nice and even and matched. I hope you guys are enjoying the video. Please leave a like, a comment, and subscribe is greatly appreciated. Also, if you guys want to show some extra support, go ahead and leave a follow down below on Instagram, or go ahead and subscribe to the membership down below. With this membership, you're going to gain access to private lives and private videos and one-on-one class sessions. We're then going to line up the mustache. I always start off at the outer edge and then work my way to the inner edge of the mustache. Then with the goatee, I always like to use my headrest and make them lay down so that they're nice and still and they're not moving while I'm lining up their beard. Now that we're done shaving off the hair from his face, we can move on to our Turkish razor and Durban premium blades and make him as crispy as possible. But before we do that, we're going to apply some shave gel so that the razor can glide better. Now that we're done applying the shave gel, we're going to keep the razor at a 45-degree angle for the most part and use our opposite hand to pull the skin and keep it as taut as possible.